are back.
We are back.
We're recording.
How are you all doing?
I've lost my phone already.
It's over there. Oh. Is it in your ass?
No. It's alright, don't worry.
I don't know
I just
how you
need to
would...
set a timer.
I was going to say, I don't know how you would have lost it. Right, I'll set a timer. Oh, so, I hope you're all excited for today. We're excited.
Yeah.
It's now 2:05.
Yeah, we've been setting up for the last
Hour and a half. 90 minutes of prep for this episode.
No.
Yeah, I got here about 20, well, maybe 20 to 1.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because you picked me up at 2:30.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because there's a story there, guys.
Yeah, we've had a bit of an... Well, I say we. Jack's had an absolute nightmare today. Do you want to explain your nightmare? 'Cause it's really
Welcome
funny.
to Getting Gabby
Oh, yeah.
with your host.
This is episode 15. It actually is 15 as well.
Oh, sweet. So we know what we're up to.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for
Yeah.
our beautiful 3D printed model off Mr. Dave.
I feel like we're going to be waiting a while.
He's done my face. It's all pretty and modelled and...
However, right, do you know what? I have a bit of a gripe because of what you said the other day.
I thought it was hilarious. Go on, G, tell your story
He's
first.
basically done me flat-chested.
So our lovely 3D modeller said, I've done your face, Jack. I've done all like the shape, and he showed me it in the programme, and it was like there was depth. He's like, I've done your big nose. And he went, and then I'm thinking when I get to G, I'll just flatten it up a bit, and once I've done the face, I can just drag it down because she's just completely flat on the face.
No.
Down.
Don't appreciate that level. I mean, the thing is, he isn't wrong, and that's the most annoying part about it all. I might get there one day.
One day, George will just come on, and they'll be like this big, and I'm like, oh, what have you done this week, G?
Boobs bigger than my head.
So
I'd be so like, I just wouldn't be like in proportion. But then again, though, I do have a big ass, so that is definitely not in proportion now. So it might level me out. It might balance me a bit better.
You'll be leaning forward rather than leaning backwards.
It might balance me out.
Strengthen.
Yeah, strengthen my core a bit.
So
Let's
guys, prep for today. The last hour and a half now, hour and 40 minutes we've been doing it. Had a disaster. So in my house, I have a gaming computer. Mm-hmm. We've very kindly borrowed a VR headset off one of our colleagues. I'm not going to say his last name. We'll just call him Joe because he's a very private person.
We will just call you made it sound like you made his name up, but that is actually his name.
Yeah.
We will call him Joe because that is his name.
We're just going to thank Joe for lending us the VR headset. We've got everything set up downstairs, and G actually volunteered it on the last episode of the pod, if I remember correctly. You actually said, let's play a horror game.
Don't know why I did that.
So
I actually have no excuse.
For those
I've
of
done
you
this to myself.
that listen that play games, I've got Phasmophobia all set up now in VR, and if you've played Phasmophobia, it's fucking terrifying. Not in VR. I played it for 5 minutes in VR last night. I was horrified.
We did say that we was going to try it drunk. However, I'm changing my idea. We're going to have to do it sober because when I tried it earlier on,
It was
the
hilarious.
motion sickness is real. You genuinely feel like you're on a boat, and that's all I kept saying.
If Georgia can handle it sober, we might look at doing it drunk in the future and maybe doing some other VR games because it's funny. I only watched it for a couple of minutes. It's brilliant. I didn't even put it in the game. I just put it in like the lobby area where you can play around with basketballs and stuff. And it's so funny.
That was fun. Imagine actually getting a carnival game that's in VR.
We'll have to try and find one.
Yeah, imagine you're on a roller coaster.
So G very kindly volunteered to play Phas in VR. And she's going to scare herself shitless for you guys, just so we've got some stuff to talk about. We have actually got quite a lot of audience interaction today. I've got all the pet peeves. People wanted to bring that back. So I've got a lot of pet peeves, which we'll get onto in the second half of the episode. But back to the story from this morning. So obviously I had to move all the stuff from my house to your house, including the computer, the monitor, the VR, everything. But it's raining. So, in my logic, I thought, right, I'm going to get my car as close to my front door as possible. Now, where I live, there isn't a drive or a road to the front door of my house. There's just grass. We're down a little side street and there's grass outside. Car's front wheel drive. Got my car onto the grass. Front wheel's still moving perfectly. Thought, fine, can carry on. As soon as my back wheels touched the grass, the car just sank and refused to move. I couldn't go forward. I couldn't go backwards. I'm on my own. So I was like, fuck. And my car is just abandoned on the grass. I had to call Georgia to come down and collect me.
Yeah. Gotta call, like, what was it, like?
20 past 12.
20 past 12. You're going to have to come pick me up. My car's stuck in the grass.
Can you insert photos onto the pod?
Yeah, I can do.
So I'm gonna just get the photo up now, and I'll show. I've
seen the car. Like, you can just I'll just like do it later.
Yeah.
I'll edit it in. But like, it is when he rang me up, I was howling, literally. From the moment he rang me saying my car's stuck in the grass all the way to his, and I saw the car in the grass, and it was like one of the funniest moments that's happened so far of 2024.
It just baffled me how, like, the front wheels were on, they were moving, so I've got 3/4 of the car in the grass, still moving fine, no sinkage, nothing. As soon as the back wheels touched, it was like, nah, mate, bump straight into the bog. And I was like, it's not been raining that much, surely.
It's that rain that gets everything wet.
It's the really fine rain as well. And then when I got out of the car and realised just how deep the boggage actually was, it's a horrible word, that, boggage. I stood in it and my shoe kind of sank and I was like, I'll deal with this later.
And when he said later, he meant he'll ring me and then I'll have to sort it out with him later.
So G and her boyfriend will be free later today after we've done the podcast.
I know what I'm doing later on.
I mean, I have had to arrange
slip and slide
transport for my son who is at nursery, who I now cannot pick up.
One thing that made me laugh, right? You rang whoever it was and said, there's a password to pick up your own son from nursery.
Yeah, it's safeguarding.
That's mad.
Yeah.
That is so mad.
I can't say it on here for safeguarding purposes, but they were like, so it's my mum and dad who were going to collect him, and they've not collected him from nursery before, so they were like, have they been before? And I'm like, no, so none of the key workers would have seen them. And they were like, all right, they're going to have to say the password when they get here. I was like, no worries, can you just confirm what the password is again? Because I forgot it. I guessed it, to be fair, so it wasn't too bad. Really, I shouldn't be guessing it, I should kind of know it.
Yeah, it is your son. But the fact that there's a password to pick up your own child from nursery,
I think
that's mad.
I think it's because people get in relationships where it gets that bad, and then you get like parents who've got like dads who can't see the kids or mums that can't see the kids, and they try and swindle them from nursery.
Swindle?
So there's got to be like safeguarding issues in place. So if dad turns up, right, what's password? Don't know. Well, can't have your kid, sorry. He's ours now.
Yeah, it really baffled me. I don't know why it did so much, but I was just like, oh, like, your child's password protected.
Yeah.
Like, it just blew my head a little bit. I don't know why.
But it kind of opens your mind as a parent. You're like, there's so many ways your child can fuck themselves up. Because they're so dumb.
I didn't know where this was going, but I didn't think it was this.
He was at my mum and dad's yesterday, and he's they've got like planks of wood for the kitchen because they're having the kitchen redone. So they've got like all the wood stacked up in like little boxes, and he likes climbing on top of it. Absolutely fine. It's only like this high off the ground.
I mean, they can't see that, but yeah.
So like, all right, so it's probably about this high off the ground, right? So it's not far at all. If he falls, he's going to bump himself. It's fine. He's fallen off higher things. But the little shit crawled onto the wood, went down into the corner as far as he could, on the wood behind where my parents could see him, and there's a plug socket. So he starts putting his fingers in the plug socket, and they didn't realise. So when they peeked round, they were like, hang on, what are you doing there? And they were like, oh, fuck, and grabbed him and pulled him away. So now they've gone out and bought like 24 child-protected plug sockets things because he's trying to poke his fingers into plug sockets. They're proper stupid, like...
Stupid? Like, I think he gets it from his father.
Stupid human. I can't see nothing. My car's parked on my grass.
Yeah. It's all making sense. It's all piecing together quite nicely.
And do you want me to read
and
you?
Brooke's going to watch this back and be like... That's the father of my child, and
so
soon to be second.
This is the family WhatsApp group. This is just the I put the picture in, and on the picture it says, "You can't park that there, sir." And underneath, my mum goes, "Fabulous, you're a dick." Brooke goes, "I have no words." Brooke's mum goes, "Where the fuck are you?" And my dad puts, he's just near his flat, but I'm going to let him explain how he got stuck in that situation. And then I've just got a new one off Brooke. My boyfriend is a poor excuse of a human being. Thanks, love. Love you too.
That's brutal. That's savage. I love it.
Thanks.
That is honestly fantastic. You did this to yourself. I feel like there's a weekly theme on this podcast of me going, you've done this to yourself. Mm-hmm. Same when you said that you were having another kid. Did this to yourself.
Yeah, but that's because something works
You got yourself
too
stuck in
well.
the grass.
Like, I didn't think it would work that well. It needs to stop.
But there is also another theme. Lack of brain.
Do you know what? I'm blaming the gym.
The fact that you throwing that about, right? Why have you got that on here?
I don't know. It's just it can fit right. I can fiddle with it, right? It's just nice to play with.
That doesn't look good with that.
Sorry, to scale.
You wish.
You've got yourself a TikTok. Thank you, and good night.
And that's it, we're done.
Yeah, so I've learned a lot about myself in the last couple of weeks. I'm a dick.
Yep.
And I've got no brain.
Yep.
But I'm blaming the gym.
How can you blame the gym?
Because I feel like my forgetfulness and stupidity has come from when I injured my brain in the gym, and I've not recovered since.
I want to disagree. I feel like you've always been this way.
What is it, pick on a dwarf day today or something? Like,
That's every day.
Do you know, so as I was setting up Faz last night, that we had an issue in the VR where the game was just like dropping. So as soon as you spawned into the game, you'd just drop several feet. So you'd only be a foot off the floor. And every bastard in person that I spoke to was like, are you sure it's not just your height? I'm like, no, I'm not a foot tall. I'm having a genuine issue. I need help here. But it's calibrated to whoever's using it. I think I've done a pretty good impression of every single person that took the piss out of me yesterday. Fuck you all.
Was that like a combination of them all at once? Yeah, just the one voice.
Elise, Dave, Joe, me dad, you.
But no, I didn't say anything, did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah. Go on. In Snapchat, I put, you can't reach the damn door handles. And you put, where was it? It was
Did I
there.
reply?
That's hilarious. I think I'm going to die. Are you sure it's not set to your height?
I didn't realise I said that.
So Found out I'm very loved this week. I've had a great week.
I don't know what to say.
Hey, but in more positive news...
Is that how bad I actually am? That's just like... I'm just like had a bit of an out-of-body experience. It's like... I forget I say these things.
But in a more positive experience, we've put a deposit down for a mortgage. Woo! So some good news. I can't wait to fuck that up.
If it's anything like mine, you're going to wait all the time.
You're going to come round to my house. My house is just going to be half sunk into the ground. Like, what have you done? I don't know.
Parked in here.
Tried to drive me out, it fell. Oh, yeah. So I can't wait to see how I'm going to get that to go tits up.
I can't wait to see you try and do DIY.
I think, right, I've never done it properly, but I'm going to give myself the benefit of the doubt and just say I'm only going to try my best. Obviously, I'm going to need a ladder to reach the top of the rooms, but...
Obviously.
See what I mean? You see what I mean? What I have to deal with?
Not that bad.
Hey, it's more creative than the people that just walk past and you go, oh my God, you're small, you. I'm like, no. I thought everyone was this height.
Oh, yeah.
What, are you saying that me looking at your nipples is like is not normal?
Nipples?
That's what... Like with Andrew, what's his fucking belly button? Like,
He is tall, bless him.
yeah. Basically kiss Andrew's belly button every time he walks past me. Love you, Andrew.
Get your tongue in there.
Cha! We need a soundboard.
We do. I said I was going to do that soon and I've just not had a chance.
We've been very busy
I've been
people.
too busy destroying my house again.
Should see the state that she's done here. It's atrocious. She's got two different wallpapers on. She's left half the wall unsteamed. Just watching her have a little fucking breakdown in the corner.
You don't even understand the stress that wall has put me through this week. It's taken me in total around about 5 hours to strip that tiny bit of wall.
You've got a lot more to go
I know.
as well.
The strap, because it's over the stairs as well, I'm constantly up and down the ladders trying to do it. I'm sweating. The steamer's making me sweat because I'm like trying to do that and scrape at the same time. I'm up and down this ladder and I'm like, this is just not okay.
You're going to have to change for...
And there's 2 layers of wallpaper. Like, I'm not being funny, right? But why do people decide to just wallpaper on top of wallpaper for starters?
I'm telling you, that's
right?
a boomer thing.
Not only that...
It's a boomer thing.
But then paint on top of that.
Yeah.
So I'm stripping these layers of wallpaper. The paint is sticky because I'm steaming it. And there's 2 layers of wallpaper and I'm struggling. I'm a struggling woman.
I swear, if you're over the age of like 50, you're guilty of this, right? I don't know what they do, but they've just put wallpaper up, painted it, and then put more wallpaper up. So you've got like 11 layers of wallpaper. Yeah. So you're losing about this much of your room in each corner.
The worst part is the fact that has been up for quite a while.
Ugh.
So like I'm trying to get rid of it, and it's like gone hard. It was the foamy stuff, and because they've painted it, it's gone like hard, and like it like crunches on the wall. It's disgusting. It's honestly knocking me sick. If like paints and decorators didn't charge so much, I would get somebody in to do it.
I think I'm just going to bite the bullet with mine and just be like, yeah, someone just do it for me.
You say that until you get a price back and you're like, do you know what, I'll do it myself.
I think the whole...
I was like that with plastering.
I think my whole
and I got
house
pink
needs
eye.
painting. I don't think any... Oh no, one room needs one bit plastered, but the rest of the house is fine. It just needs paint.
Is it wallpapered?
No.
Oh, you're all right.
There's
then.
one room that's got I think the previous lady had several children, and she split one room in half because 2 kids had to share, boy and girl. So she got one that's got like a boy with a boy's wallpaper up and one girl with a girl's wallpaper up, but it's only on one wall, I think. So
right,
it shouldn't be too bad to get that all off. The rest of it is just painted white because she was a tenant, not a landlady. She's not mortgaging the property, so. I mean, hopefully none of this is disclosure of information or anything like that. But,
I don't think so.
But most of the walls are white, so hopefully just well, I say white. They're like, it just needs a fresh coat of paint, and the bathroom just needs a bit of plaster on the ceiling. But apart from that, we're all good.
I'm getting a false ceiling putting on mine, so I don't have to deal with anything like that.
Is that the panels you're on about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just put them in.
Apparently very expensive.
Everything's expensive. I can't even deal. I've had enough. I'm genuinely ready to sell up and move out.
Just go, it's fine. I'll rent it like this. It's fine.
Honestly. Do you know, like...
Ooh.
I think we'll be okay for another few minutes.
Yeah.
But you often say, like, do you know what? I want to do a renovation project. Mm-hmm. The idea of it sounds so great. But when you're doing it, it's like, I should have just bought one that was already done.
See, I'm seeing you struggle and you don't have kids.
Yeah.
I've got no fucking chance of getting anything done. I can't even go on my computer without my 1-year-old child pulling the wires out, smashing the screen, smashing the keyboard. There's no way I'm going to be able to do any DIY. I won't be able to leave any tools anywhere.
No, he'd just come in with a drill. I'm like...
I'm thinking more the saw blade. He'd grab it and put it on his head and just...
Stupid.
Stupid. Or try and eat it.
Yeah, he would do that, wouldn't he?
I gave him a drumstick the other day, like a toy drumstick. And little shit in his infinite wisdom came up to me. He looked at me, right? And I was chatting to him. I was going, are you okay? Are you holding your drumstick? And he was looking at me and he cocked his head to the side. And I was like... What's going on in that little head? And I was like, Brooke, what's going on here? And before I'd finished my sentence, he rammed his drumstick down my throat. And I was like, oh! It's like, what the fuck? And he just went, I was like, what are you doing?
The fact that he did a little head tilt, it's like, I'm planning something here.
But it was just like,
I'm ready to shoot.
That was what was going through his mind. I'm going to take this. It was probably about this length. It's longer than my head. And he just went and just rammed it down my throat. I'm more impressed that he managed to get it straight in. Is my gob that big?
Yep.
Well, fuck you.
What did Brooke say?
She just laughed. She just laughed. It's not happened to me.
He knows not to do it to Brooke.
Thing is, I shout louder. He just doesn't listen.
Yeah, because he listens to his mum.
True. My auntie said that my cousin's baby, you can't shout at it because...
Shout at it. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay.
shout at it because if you shout at it, it cries. Whereas with Logan, you could blow an air horn in his face and he'd be none the wiser. He doesn't care.
However, has a paddy when I try to build a tower.
Oh, but you take something off him that he wants, that is the biggest tantrum you'll ever see in your life. He threw pancake mix all over the kitchen because we took a whisk off him. It was everywhere.
But he's cute.
And on that note, I need a wee.
I think we should have a break because my stomach keeps making noises. Right,
it's digesting their meatballs. Sausages.
Back in a minute. Lego.
So,
we're back, part 2.
Hello, everyone. We have some structure for this part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, we're not just wisecracking comedic geniuses. I mean,
what can I say?
We have audience interaction too. I'm going to have to turn battery power saver thing off because it's already gone off. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pet peeves. People wanted us to bring pet peeves back.
Go on.
People must like us having a rant about silly things.
Yeah.
So I'll start off with a weird one. I want to get this one out of the way first, just because I've never experienced it, but you've been to London, so you might have experienced it.
Yeah.
So Mr. Harding told us that he hates the word axed being used instead of asked. Now, apparently that's a southern thing. So if you're in London and someone's like, instead of saying, I asked you to do that last week, they go, I asked you to do that last week. And he said it really grates him. But I've never experienced it, so I wouldn't know. I have no opinion on this.
Nobody's ever said that to me whilst I've been down there.
Yeah. But, like, even our friend who got married last year, he came up and I was chatting with him this week and he never said it. And he's from West London.
No, I've never experienced it, but I understand why it is annoying.
Yeah.
It's like, get you I can't even say it.
But he was like, you could see the
right.
anger. Like, and they say axed. I asked you a question. I'm like, I've never experienced it. I couldn't put my finger on it. If anyone has an experience or wants to, like,
because it doesn't even sound the same.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it like a roadman thing? I don't know.
It could be, actually.
Yeah.
I think it might depend. I'm not gonna like stereotype anybody in London, but like it could be where you're from in them parts.
If anyone wants to explain that one to us, because like I said, I've never. That's a pooey one for me.
No, I've never experienced it myself.
Next up, we've got the lovely Kim, and she said, "When people post unnecessarily stupid things onto Facebook, like your meals." Now, I don't know if she's outing everyone for this or whether it's just a select group of people, whether it's people who post every single meal on Facebook or like every time they go out. Unsure. But I'm partial to posting a good roast picture.
I think it depends where it is, because like say if it's on Instagram, you'll do it on your story. You don't necessarily do it on like your feed. On
Facebook feed, yeah.
Like whereas like I think I know who it's about as well. No. But I agree. I actually agree with that one because it is a bit odd. Like, why do I need to see that you're having like, I don't know.
So, for example, say if Brooke cooks a banging roast, is that acceptable to put on my Snapchat story?
Yeah.
Because it goes away?
Yeah.
Right, okay. And you're not looking at the same meal every time you log into Facebook or a different meal?
Yeah, it's different. Like, if it's on your story, it's different than on your feed to anything. It is, though, isn't it?
So, if... I don't know who this person is, if she's alluding to a certain group of people, if they put it on the story, would it be more acceptable?
Yeah.
If they were doing it often?
Depends how often you're doing
Might have to clarify this with Kim.
Yeah, it depends how often you're doing it. Because to me, it's like, if you're doing it every day.
Oh, that'd be fucking annoying.
But like, say if you go out for like an absolute like banging meal and you paid a lot of money for this meal, I would be posting that thing on my story.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So we've got exceptions.
Like I feel like it depends what food it is though.
Yeah.
Like steak, roast, I ran out of food.
Fish and chips, beans on toast.
See, like you wouldn't do beans on toast.
Why not? What if I've cooked a banging beans on toast?
No, would you not though?
What if I made the beans from scratch and then I didn't just buy them from Heinz?
If you can make these beans from scratch, right?
Right. So what we're saying is there's a
it depends on food.
elitist level of communication here. Like if it's cooked by a chef, it's okay, but if it's cooked by fucking Darren from Norley Hall.
Darren from Norley Hall.
If it's his fish finger butty up front, it's not acceptable.
It's like, have you ever seen them like groups or like people posting stuff and it's like rate my plate?
Oh, but that's funny. Like they put stupid stuff in there.
But some people put in like a load of effort to do it.
Yeah.
And it's a similar sort of situation.
Rate my plate.
It's like, why would you post like spaghetti with like I don't know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Like ice cream.
I feel like these are pet peeves that annoy people and we're just going to rip them to shreds for it.
But like, what? Like you wouldn't ever post something like that.
Yeah. I might start doing it now just to see if I can get reactions off people.
It'd just be me coming on every week saying, you've annoyed me this week because you posted this.
I bought some chicken tenders, put them in the air fryer. Oh, banging lunch this. on my Facebook story. No, me feed. Like, me feed's just going to be food.
You don't post anything on Facebook?
I don't post anything anywhere. I'm awful.
Like the fact that
Jack Copart has posted for the first time in a while. It's just a fish finger butty. Like, yes.
It's like the food that you make for your kids as well. It's that sort of stuff. It's like the most random stuff sometimes. It's like you wouldn't post that on your story, on your feed.
Okay, so getting down to nitty gritty.
It has to be a good level of like food. So it has to be, right, I'm going to say, right, if
something you've paid for.
If you're going out for food,
it has to look banging.
Yeah.
It can't just be like a slice of cake on a plate.
Although it depends what cake it is. Because I've been to the Ivy in Manchester and they do like a chocolate bomb sort of thing. So like it's stuff on the inside, like ice cream and like honeycomb and stuff. Then it's like a dome of chocolate and then they pour like, I think it's like hot caramel sauce on it.
Yeah.
Something like that. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Ooh. Ooh.
It has to be like something like a steak as a main. Like,
or if you've cooked yourself a banging roast dinner.
Yeah, fair enough.
Post that. That's food porn. Like, I want to see that.
I think it depends on the time it's taken to cook food as well.
If you've slaved away cooking a Sunday dinner all day, and you've got a massive, just beefy plate of potatoes, meats, veggies, I want to see that shit.
Yeah, but
Give
it has to look good.
Beef.
It can't look terrible.
Yeah. Rate my plate. Send it to me. Rate my plate.
Actually, yeah, do that and send it to
just ping us your food. Oh, Kim set us up here for that. I want food now. I'm hungry.
But yeah, it has to be if you've been out for food, or if you've made something that's taken at least like 2 hours to make.
Okay.
At least. What else is there?
So no microwave meals.
No microwave meals.
No pot noodles.
No.
Pot noodle sandwich.
It's a pot noodle butty, actually.
Oh, apologies.
You're from Wigan, get it right.
I'm not from Wigan.
I know you're from Scam.
No, I'm not from Scam either. Jesus Christ, stop associating me with these places. I am from in between those places. I do not associate with one or the other. Oh, shit. Moving on.
The thought of his killing him.
Yeah. Okay. Joe sent us the VR. Now, this was a multiple person one, to be fair. This was loads of people chiming in, but Joe was the one who brought it up. People who eat with their mouth open / chomp loudly in a public room. Sort yourselves out, you absolute gremlins. Like, if you're sat eating your meal with your mouth open... Yeah, a bit of ASMR for you then.
It's not though, it's not.
Fucking disgusting. Sort it out.
This one's proper touched you.
Did your parents raise a fucking animal or did they raise a human being? Like, it's something you get taught in primary school. You eat with your mouth closed. Or if I'm desperate to speak, I'll cover my mouth. I don't want you to see bits of food mushed up like bile in my mouth. No.
What's like the worst food that you can see in somebody's mouth though? I want to say it's like
something
mash.
brown and mushy, like chocolate. If someone's chomping away on a big bar of chocolate, it's like coming out the mouth. Oh, fuck off. Basic human manners. Sort yourselves out. I agree.
I love how you was asking me these and then you just got on a massive rant about something.
Do you want anything to say on it?
I feel like you might have covered it.
No, I think that's all.
I do agree though. Like there is nothing worse.
It is horrible.
Because I don't get how you can make that much noise from eating.
It's not even that. You can chew, like, if you've got crunchy stuff, that's fine. As long as your mouth's shut. I
it's
don't
like
mind.
the slap, isn't it, of the mouth, like...
Our audio listeners are going to fucking love this. But like, if you're eating crisps, for example, I don't mind being sat next to someone if they're crunching crisps. Doesn't bother me at all if your mouth is shut.
I think it depends what kind of crisp it is, though, because if you ever like What's-Its...
I can't make a crunch noise with my mouth, so I can't... You can't do it with your mouth shut, though, can you? See, it's just not possible. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If someone's sat next to you and they're having a little crunchy crunch, and
A crunchy crunch?
not bothered. But if you sat there and it's like... Oh, and when people drink, you know, when there's straws in the cup and it's like the bottom of the drink, and it's just... They're like... Just tilt
What
your
if
cup.
you've got ice in it, though? You're going to get ice in your face?
You just don't drink the ice.
You're going to get ice in your face?
Just
Because like, if you
open
go
your-
like that... it's
Just
gonna,
open your mouth slightly.
This doesn't look good for video.
Just open your mouth slightly and let the ice rest on like your lip or your nose. It's like for a second while you finish off your drink.
As somebody who wears makeup, that's not good for a female.
Yeah, but I've only seen boys doing this. I've never seen girls doing it. You're not likely to see a girl unless you're in the bedroom, like, but... Moving on. I've only ever seen boys doing it. I've never seen women do it.
I think you've said a lot then by just saying boys and women.
Sorry, men and women. Not watching boys. Moving on.
We know what Jeff likes to do.
So, eating with the mouth open loudly. Okay, next one. Oh, we're getting worse. There's 3 bad ones left. So, Andy said, communication issues. When someone tells you something but doesn't explain it in full and expects you to do a bang-up job by giving you half-arsed instructions.
Yeah, that's literally setting somebody up to fail.
Yeah, so setting someone up to fail, pretty much. Communication issues. How fucking annoying is it when you get given half a prompt?
I think it also depends on the scenario, though. Depends what it is.
I can't even use any examples. I don't want to use anything from work.
Yeah. It's like, say if you're going to go and ask somebody to like blow up a balloon. I don't know why my analogy is this.
How can you make a balloon blown up hard, though?
Because you might not blow it up to size.
Oh, like, unless you have, like, there are balloons that you can blow up with your mouth, and then there are balloons that you have to blow up with a pump.
Yeah.
So you give them pump balloons and tell them to blow them up,
Yeah.
and not specify you need a pump.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
I don't know why a balloon came to my head.
And then because you're thinking of the sucking, the blowing, the stuff like that. And then getting annoyed at them for not blowing them up with the pump.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
that's an example.
I don't know why that was my analogy. Because I didn't really think it through.
I'm trying to think of another example. If you ask someone for, oh, I apologise, I just burped then like mid-sentence. Don't know where that came from.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. I'm trying to think. If you're asking someone for help and you don't explain to them like what you need fully, and if they do it wrong, you can't get annoyed at them then, can you? That'd just be, you're the arsehole then if you get annoyed at them.
Well, yeah, essentially.
I think that's what he means. So, I agree, Andy, communication issues. I can't really go into too much detail because I don't want to use anything from work as a prompt. But I can't think of anything outside of work as a prompt.
Well, yeah, I suppose it's like I'm trying to think back to like previously, like when I've worked in like odd jobs.
Oh, we're talking about old shitty managers. I've got loads.
It's like I worked somewhere once where it was like, I was in charge of putting like all the products on the website and stuff.
Okay.
They asked me to put like near enough like a full book of that, like that thickness on a website, including like images, product details, like do all the SEO and stuff. They
Break
wanted me
that
to
down. Just break that down. What's SEO?
search engine optimization. So you got to do all the keywords which actually help you Google rankings.
There you go. Breaking that down for the listeners.
They wanted me to do that in a week.
How long would it normally take?
Well, you're probably looking at like about a month.
For a book that thick?
Like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. You learn something new every day. And they wanted it done in a week.
Yeah.
We were on minimum wage at the time.
Yeah.
We expect the maximum done. We expect maximum effort for minimum wage, I think, is the
as well as
saying,
doing like other jobs as well.
Yeah,
and it was just like, that was never going to be able to happen.
Yeah.
And it was like, at the time I was also like, I was like in that process of like, I was still quite young, but I was learning to actually stand up for myself no matter where I was. So I was sort of like a bit like, but I got all this job work to do, no help whatsoever.
Classic.
Yeah. And then halfway through the job, whilst I was actually doing it, they turned around and was like, oh, did you know there was like a portal where you can get all that information from? And I was like...
Go fuck yourself.
I've just spent all this time writing everything up by rewording things from the book that they've given.
Yeah.
Comparing it to stuff that we actually have on our system for like the codes and stuff. And yet you then turn around and say there's like a portal.
Yeah.
And then at that point, the server crashed, which deleted like a day's worth of work. And this is like another reason why I ended up leaving. I ended up walking out because this was like a few weeks before I left. When this happened, the server crashed, and it happened a few times throughout the day. There was some, because it wasn't, we use an external company for our servers and stuff, which a lot of businesses do. And I got the blame. I got accused of deleting work.
So all the managers out there that expect maximum effort from minimum wage employees, fuck you.
I mean, I wasn't actually there that long in terms of the business because I absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
It was definitely one of them where it was like a stepping stone to get to somewhere else. Yeah. But yeah, it was just crazy, like, to think about. But it's that sort of situation where it's like, you ask me to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then turn around and say that there's like somewhere I can actually get the information from instead of actually doing it all myself. It's like, give me all the information before I start doing stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I sort of started doing with a lot of people now, is like how, if somebody asks me to do a job, I'll say, right, okay, so like, what is it that you actually need me to do?
Yeah.
Don't
break it down into simple steps.
Yeah.
Can I ask a favour? Can we just pause for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Right. Little break.
Sorry, guys. Let's take a very quick.
Jack
quick
thought
stop.
he was going to die.
Oh, just everything just started spinning. I don't know what was going on.
I think it's the lights because we have got the studio lights. I mean, that sounded like it was like a really good like setup, and it's like, no, it's just some lights, a camera, microphones, my box room, basically.
It looks good. Looks fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just did communication issues. Last two. I'm not going to name this person. I'm just going to call them the grandma. The old grandma.
Right. I don't know who that is.
Technology having names. Now, this is why I called them the grandma.
I think I know who this is.
So she said, I hate it when there's things like TikTok. Why can't it just be called short videos? I'm like,
TikTok's the app.
yeah, but she's like, why does technology all have to have names?
No, was it not because we use it as something else? Because it was like Reels? Because like Reels are literally just short videos.
No, I think she was on about, why is it called TikTok? Why is it not called short videos?
But TikTok's the app.
And I said, do you know how old that makes you sound? Hating technology.
Sorry, love.
Our little 37-year-old grandma.
I definitely know what this is now.
Love you. Don't kill me.
No, what was it? It wasn't that what she said. It was something else.
It was something about everything having names, like Snapchat, TikTok, Vine.
I can't remember what it was. But we was having a conversation about like things that you can do for like short videos.
Yeah.
And I said, I have
Reels. Yeah, you make reels.
Yeah. So I said it's like having reels, like, and it's the same with TikTok. TikToks are just basically reels that are from Instagram.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, what are they? Short videos.
She's like, why are they all going to have names?
Yeah.
She's going to hate VR.
Class.
Oh, bless her. Back in the 70s, it was a hard time
Back
to
in
be
the day.
born. It was hard. No, 80s? She wouldn't be 70.
Oh, you're going to get murdered on Monday. Actually, no, look, like, this isn't going to be going out for the next couple of weeks, but when she listens to this.
Oh dear, I'm going to move on. And last one. Now, this one applies. This is from our good old Dave.
Again.
Good old Dave, yeah, he gave me 2. But this one applies to myself, and it applies to... This is going to get a lot of people riled up. It applies to all parents out there, right? Lazy bastards who park in the parent and baby parking spaces at shopping centres, right? You won't understand this because you don't have kids, right? When you have a newborn child, I'm talking between the ages of 0... Do you know what? No, fuck it. All the way up to like 2, right? You need a pram. You've got a pram. You have a child that most of that time can't move. I mean, Logan could walk very early. We were very lucky. But like most of the time they can't move. So you need a pram, a car seat and a baby, right? These spaces...
I'm glad you have a baby for that.
They're designed so that you can open your car door safely and set your pram up not in the middle of the fucking car park where people are driving past.
Right.
And the amount of lazy bastards that can't be arsed walking an extra couple of feet to the normal car parking spaces and will park in the parent and baby spaces is ridiculous. I'm calling Wigan out here because you're all lazy bastards.
Well, I do actually have something to say about that because you do know that anybody that has a blue badge, they can park anywhere.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about people with blue badges. Like, I remember pulling up in Asda Wigan, throwing this out there. There was one baby space left, right? Parent and baby space left. Logan must have been about 8 months old. So it's me, Brooke, baby, car seat, pram, right? We need the space to set up outside the side of the car because you've got like it's about that much. No, it's probably about that much. And it's like the crisscross white lines in between the spaces.
Yeah.
So you've got space to set up your pram. This little fucking bitch in a little yellow Fiat 500 was coming the other way. So we indicated to go in and she just went thump and just parked in there. And we were looking at her. No kids. She just couldn't be arsed walking the extra gap between the car parking spaces and the parent and baby spaces. It's shocking. And it says on the wall, £300 fine if you're caught parking here without a baby. They never fucking enforce it. So
But
everyone
they can't
does
prove it though, really, can they?
They've got CCTV.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually.
If you get out that car and a child doesn't get out that car,
You're childless.
yeah, stop fucking doing it. There is a reason. It's not because we're lazy. It's because we need space to set up a pram. It's safer to set up a pram in the gap between 2 cars than it is behind the boot where cars are driving willy-nilly. And I agree with Dave on this. And I'm sure there's many parents out there who agree with me as well.
I mean, I do agree with you. But once again, you've asked me this question. You've got on a rant for the last 3 minutes.
Like, I just don't think you'd understand because you haven't got a kid.
No, I do understand though, because I do understand what it is. Like, regardless, just because you don't have kids doesn't mean that I don't know.
Because you're a fucking decent human being. Stop
just
being
I don't
lazy.
Have kids doesn't mean that I don't know.
Oh, you'd be surprised the amount of people that don't have kids but don't care.
I mean, like it is what it is, isn't it? Like people like. I don't know what to say. Like, I can't stop people from doing it, but I understand how it feels to be. Obviously, I don't have a kid, but like I can put myself in your shoe.
You wouldn't park in the blue badge space, would you?
Well, no.
Because you're normal. You're a normal human being who would go, I'm not disabled. I don't need to park here. I'll park there and walk the extra 10 foot to the shop. Honestly, baffles me. Baffles me how lazy some people are.
Do you know what makes it worse though? Sometimes, so like I used to date somebody who would do stuff like that, and I used to have like a massive go for it because it's just like, and make them move.
Bellend.
Yeah. But there was also a big gym goer, and I'm like, that's so lazy.
Is it who I'm thinking of?
No.
No, okay.
And it was like, really? So like, you're a gym goer, like you're really like big on fitness, and then you can't be asked to park in a normal space. You'd rather park in a parent and child one or a disabled one, just because you can't be bothered to walk that bit of distance.
So yeah, just throwing it out there. If you feel like you need to lose a little bit of weight and you're like, oh, you know, I'm struggling, I don't look good in these clothes, how about park a little bit further at the shopping centres and walk a little bit extra, and you'll burn a few extra calories off? Fucking mental, innit? And let the people with parents and babies be safe while they're getting out of the car.
Thanks for that, Dave. You've set him off.
And he set me off. But no, that was the last one. Have you got any others that you want to add in? That was all of them.
Actually, there was one the other day, right? So I went to London last week to go and visit my friend. We went on the overground. Was we coming back? I was either coming back or we was going somewhere. Basically, somebody just decided to plonk. There was like loads of room on the train coming back. I think it was coming back wherever we was going anyway. They decided to put a bike right at the door.
What, like covering?
Like literally, it was like there was that much of a gap to get through. Like literally that much of a gap to actually get through, because they'd put the bike right at the door, like that. And I was like, what are you doing?
Was it a busy train?
No,
or? No.
it was empty.
Oh, it just baffles me how little human decency so many people have. Like,
Oh yeah.
Like, life's hard enough as it is. Just be fucking nice to each other.
But that was like what wound me up the most, because there was like seats available, so they could have just put the bike against some of the seats, because the train was pretty empty.
Yeah.
They could have put the bike against some of the seats, but they decided to just plonk it there right through the door. I think it was when I was coming back, because I had my big bag and I nearly knocked the bike over with my bags.
Should have done it.
I know. But, oh, honestly. And also, right, another thing, right, because obviously you mentioned London before. London really stresses me out. I was in Houston. Oh, no, actually, no, right, I'm going to go back to another one, right? So, my journey to London, there was a kid on the train throwing up.
Fucking kids, ate him.
Right?
Don't have
The
them.
mum didn't even bother to take the kid to the bathroom where there's a toilet to throw up in.
Oh, no.
Did
Did she have a bag or something?
She had a bag,
All right,
but
okay.
it was like, do you know one of the food bags? So it's like pretty, like, they're not like that thick, are they? So you can sort of see through them.
Yeah.
The kid was throwing up in that, and she was doing it like more towards like in the aisle of the train. So like everyone could just see this kid throwing up. And I'm sat there like trying to do stuff, like I'm trying to do a bit of work on the train, because it's like a 2-hour journey. And this kid's just like there throwing up in this bag. And I thought, the toilet is literally at the end of the carriage. You could go and take the child to there.
I don't want to sound bad here, but that mum
I understand.
is probably desensitized to disgusting things, because children are fucking vile. They shit, piss, poo and vomit everywhere. And I think you get to a point where you get blind. Not saying what she's done is right. You should take your child to the toilet, but she's in her head. She's probably thinking, just another day, another bucket of vomit.
What threw me off as well, right? So she'd taken her shoes off on the train.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting weird territory
Yeah.
now.
So she'd taken her shoes off. So she was walking up, and like she was walking like, because her kids was sat there. She was sat there, and her, I'm going to presume was her husband, and another child was sat behind. And I was just like, you've taken your shoes off on the train. Bit weird. You're walking up and down the aisle with no shoes on. Your kid's throwing up in this clear, like pretty much clear plastic bag. I'm witnessing all this, thinking, I've still got another like hour and 15 minutes left for this train. I'm there like heaving, because I'm like, I can't stand the smell of sick. So I'm just like, how is this my journey, right? That was on the way there. On the way back, people forget where they are. I think people forget that they're in public.
Okay.
Right? There was this guy in front of me, had a coffee. He must have bought it in the train station. He had his like little finger and he was like scooping out the foam like this and eating it. And he did this for a good like 5 or 10 minutes, like scooping out the foam. And he was like on like the aisle side so everyone could see him. And I'm just sat there like, is this guy really like... And I was just like, do you not know where you are?
Was he gay?
No, he had a miss. I'm going to presume he had a missus who was sat at the side of him.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Like
But
that
I'm
creamy,
sat there.
foamy topping.
But I'm sat there like watching this all happen. I'm thinking, do you realise you're on a train? There's a load of people around you. Like, honestly.
I love pet peeves, they're great.
Like, it's... My pet peeve is people not realising that they're in public.
Disgusting.
Yeah. It's like... Oh, like, it baffles me.
So
It
the
really
motto
does.
from this episode, don't be disgusting and
Yeah.
be a decent human being.
Yeah, and don't have kids.
Fuck kids.
Honestly, like, that...
No, don't fuck kids. That's a really bad message. Just don't have kids.
I knew what you meant, though. And I didn't even correct you.
I'm just thinking, for the poor people that are listening, all they hear is, fuck kids. I'm like, no! That's not what I meant. Right, on that note, we should end because
yeah.
we've got another episode to film. So
Yeah.
for you guys, it's going to be a week. For us, it's going to be, what, 5 minutes? 10 minutes set up. And you're going to see
Yeah.
Georgia shit herself.
Probably. I'm having a bad IBS day.
She couldn't have picked a scarier game as well. As soon as I mentioned it, I was like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, let's do it.
Like, the only thing I'm going to say is I definitely can't get drunk. I've got a bad stomach. I'm playing fans. Like, it's a no-go. Right. And on that note, thank you for listening.
Can I
Once
just
again.
do a very quick shout out
Go on then.
to it's a his name is Riley Gretton. He's doing 60 half marathons in 60 days. And he's doing it for charity because he lost a friend of his, and he's posting it all over Facebook. You can search it if you do listen. His name is Riley Gretton, and he's doing it for his friend called Scott. I'll let you read up on the full story, but no, that's a massive. Like, I think he's
mad.
just started. He's on day 1 or day 2. So by the time this episode goes out, he'll be on like day 35, 45. So yeah, keep an eye on his progress because, you know, fair fucks.
I couldn't be bothered.
I couldn't do 1 half marathon, never mind 60 in 60 days. That is a really...
How much running is that, like, in a day?
So
Probably
it's-
like 2 hours of running a day.
Yeah, 13.1 miles every single day.
But at the end of it, though, he's going to be quite fit, if he's not already. I'm going to presume he is already because
He's
doing
done running
60.
before. He's done like challenges like this before, but never this many.
Yeah.
So...
And he's going to probably lost quite a bit of weight. So,
No, shout out to
Fair
you,
play.
Riley. Well done.
Yeah.
And
Well done.
I'm going to keep up with your progress.
you're on day
because,
2, but well done.
well, he's probably not going to see this until it's like 40, 50 like, days in. And by that, he's going to be...
Keep going.
His leg's going to be fucking... Unless he's injured, his leg's going to be mush. He's going to be like... Thanks. But no, congratulations.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work. That's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
Rather you than me, though.
I'll let you do the outro.
Yeah, thank you again for listening. Getting Gabby, which we didn't actually say at the beginning, I don't think.
No, we did. Just 5 minutes in.
Once again. Don't forget to send in all your stuff, like your pet peeves, whatever you want. Like, we're not really that bothered. Like, our segment is anything goes, because we're a bit random. It's just how we are. And I don't really know what's going on inside me.
Send us food porn. Send us good food. Not you shoving a potato up your bum. I don't want to see that. I want to see cooked roast dinner.
However, if you have done stuff like that, send us in your stories.
Send them in anonymously. Tell us why you shoved a cucumber up.
Sex ed.
I've got a story actually, but I don't know if I can say it.
We're going to save that for another day. Right.
I'll have to ask for permission.
Save that for another day. But yeah, thank you for watching. Send all that stuff into, you can either email us at gettingabbypod@gmail.com. Send in your stuff on socials. Don't forget to follow us on socials. Like, subscribe, whatevs. Gettingabbypod, 2 Ds on Instagram. And I've had enough. I can't believe I'm going to spend another couple of hours with you. Right. Bye.
See you later, guys.